Hey everybody, welcome back to the 5 o'clock segment. I'm Brian.
And I'm Mike. You're gonna love this one. You know, we're here at FunKon. We're here in the Hollywood store. To run something like this, the Hollywood store takes an unbelievable presence. It takes a strong person. That person is Jen. Check this out.
FunKon feature.
Leo, Jen. The hard stuff, the sweet stuff. It's the other way around, I think. So typically, I will walk the store when I first get here just to see where we're at, what needs to be touched on. Then we kind of discuss what's going on, what's gonna happen, what needs to be restocked. And then, to be fair, I have the best inventory control manager on the planet. So she will tell me when my expectations are too high, when things aren't coming in or when things are delayed. And then hopefully by noon, we're ready for all the people to come in. Normally on a Wednesday morning like today, we'll do a drop. We will have something exciting coming in, which we don't always know about until a day or two before because of, I guess you could say, planes, trains, and automobiles. But it's always a different day here in Funko. And then we'll walk the line a little bit today so you can kind of see and maybe ask them what they're waiting for today and see if we can not smile when we realize that it is actually what we have. Because it's hard to keep a secret. Most customers that come in here, my staff uses a term called, it's like Christmas every day, because we don't know what we're gonna have sometimes when we open the box. Sometimes it's a surprise, sometimes it's not what we expected, but we pick it up and we roll with it because everything here in Funko to be shown to the customers is new and exciting to somebody. So we just hope we make everybody happy every day. I can give these out right now? They're gonna lose their minds.
Yes.
Legit, solid.
Oh, that is legit.
This is our morning meeting. So glad to have you all back here. Did everybody have a good weekend? Yeah, good. A lot of people out there today because we have a lot of special guest stars in store. I would like to give out an enormous shout out to the stock team for clearing out that stock room this week. Absolutely amazing and spectacular. Leo, how many people are in the line today? Over 400 people, and they're all here for Lucky Charms. All right, with that, I'm gonna tell you, go out, spread joy, sell stuff, woo! All right, we're gonna go give away some cool stuff to our friends in line. Hi guys, who wants some cool stuff? Hi Trouble, how you holding up? Nice kicks today.
Today was cool because of the lines that we had outside. I think it's really neat how the fans are so dedicated to what we have here without even knowing what we're gonna have in store every day. The fact that they didn't know it was dropping. I'm a lousy secret keeper, so seeing all the excited fans and having you guys ask me all the time what's coming and not being able to tell you is physically painful to me. Today was nuts, you guys. I love a day when we have a line around the block. I love a day when we try new things. I love a day when there's lots of fans in the store. It is not ever boring to come here. I'm surrounded by my friends every day. I'm surrounded by people I love every day. I'm surrounded by people who love what I'm selling every day. I'm surrounded by magic every day. And it never gets old, and I hope and I pray that it never does. I'm so excited to have spent this day with you guys and had the chance to show you a little bit about my day. And I'm ready for another crazy day at Funko. Whatever comes up next, we're gonna do it. We're gonna have fun. Here's to FunKon, guys.
FunKon feature.
Mike, you know what I love? I like celebrity shout-outs for Funko. And we got another one right here. Take a look at this.
Celebrity shout out.
I just got a look at the new Harley Quinn pop, and it does not disappoint. Maybe add it to your collection.
Hey guys, I just had a look at the new Rick Flag / Joel Kinnaman pop. You gotta check it out, it's really cool. You definitely wanna add this to your collection.
OMG, I just saw my Funko Pop and I love it. I can't wait to have it.
Can I see it? Can I open my eyes? I'm nervous. I've never had an official Funko before. That's incredible. This is so cool. You have to own it. And let me buy them all first, and then you can come play with them at my house. Come over anytime.
Celebrity Shoutout.
Well, there you have it, another celebrity shout out. Guess what we got next? As you notice, Brian is gone because we're gonna have another Pop Talk. That's right, Pop Talk 2. Get ready, this one's gonna be fun.
FunKon Feature.
Hey, all you cool cats. Ready for a little fun? That's what I thought. Pop Talk, Scooby-Doo-Wah-Doo-Wah, Pop Talk. The fun never stops, you know. Pop Talk. If you're a nerd or a jock, run, don't just walk. You're ready to rock, you got Pop Talk.
Now, from Funko Hollywood, it's time for Pop Talk.
Hey everybody, Brian Mariotti, CEO of Funko. Welcome to another episode of Pop Talk from the hidden speakeasy at Funko Hollywood. Today's guest, one of the funniest men on the planet, Gabriel Iglesias, also known as Fluffy. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a legit speakeasy because I've been in this building before and I didn't know that this room existed. Yeah.
Hidden. Thus the hidden, right?
It's very hidden. It's by the bathroom in case you visit.
Before we start asking questions, feel free to dive into the bins. Make your own pop. It can be you, a loved one, a creation of your own, and just fiddle around with it as I ask you some fun questions about pop culture. And then at the end, we'll see what you made.
Well, all right. I was wondering what was going on here. I thought this was like the
absolutely.
These are the Funkos that didn't make it.
So let's start with a question that's near to dear to everybody that loves pop culture. Gabriel, what do you collect?
What do I collect? I'm a big collector of Volkswagens. I have over 30. They're basically all microbuses from 1950 to 1967. And I keep them at a giant warehouse. So it's actually a Volkswagen museum. I also have a huge Marvel collection of just figures and stuff that takes up a large portion of my building.
So that's the question that everybody faces when they're a collector, like space, right? The idea of not having enough space to display your collection, but having a warehouse to be able to fill it with things you love, that's gotta be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Real quick, what's the most accurate? A, B, or C?
I'm gonna go to the right.
This
or your
one?
left, yeah.
All right, okay.
Hey, music.
So far, so good?
I mean, it looks remarkably like someone I've seen recently. Yeah.
Nice.
And I know there's got to be a goatee in there somewhere, right?
You know, hey, every now and then I shave it all off.
There
So
you
we'll
go.
see what. Oh,
there you go.
Never mind. Not today, people. Not today.
Music's huge to me personally. When you're growing up, I mean, you know, allowances, maybe a birthday gift where you got money from grandma. What was the first time you actually took your money that either you earned or was given to and actually went out and bought something, whether it was a cassette or an album, or what was the first piece of music you purchased?
Probably, this is gonna be funny. Taking birthday money and going to the mall and going to a music store when they had music stores, and buying a cassette single. Now I know a lot of people are like, what the hell is that? A cassette single. First of all, cassette, it's just, you know, there was only 2 songs on it. And to think that something this big only had 2 songs on it, where something this big cannot hold millions of songs. I went and I bought, it was Beach Boys. I bought the song Kokomo. It was when the Tom Cruise movie came out. And so I really wanted that song. And I went to the store and I bought it. It was a Sam Goody.
There you go.
And so I used my birthday money to go buy a cassette single.
I love it. So you grew up in arguably the heyday of the video game world, right? How it progressed so rapidly from one console to another to another. What's your all-time favorite video game?
My all-time favorite video game, I mean, you got to figure, I remember playing Pong.
Yep.
Pong, it was an Atari. Atari used to make video game systems. And so I used to play Pong. And then in 1987, I got my Nintendo Entertainment System. And I remember playing Super Mario Brothers. And I played that game until I couldn't even blink. You know, that was my favorite game ever.
Yeah.
And whenever I get the chance to play it, I'll still sit there and play the game. I'm not as much into games now because it's too many buttons, and apparently I have arthritis now.
Right,
I sound like one of those old guys. In my day, we had one button and you used it. Just one button and it worked. You didn't need 18.
Yeah, we used to take I used to take my lunch money that my mom would give me every day for school and go play asteroids in the pool lobby of the local indoor pool, and then have to go scrounge a free lunch off a girl. So that all my money went to a stand-up arcade asteroid game. So
never use your own money if you don't have to.
That's right, exactly. If you were a superhero, any superhero that's been known in the comic book universe or on TV or a movie, who would you choose?
Well, my favorite superhero is Iron Man. I love the fact that Tony Stark lets everybody know he's Tony Stark.
Yep.
He's just super cool, and he's like, yeah, man. I think Elon Musk is Tony Stark. You know, he lets people know, yeah, you know, I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna go to different planets, and I'm gonna get high with Joe Rogan. So, you know, that's how he rolls, and I just think that's so cool that he can be that open, that honest. He doesn't hide anything like Bruce Wayne. Mr. I gotta sleep in a cave, right? Get a butler. You know, I'm not bougie, but I also fight crime. Nah, that's why the Joker hates him. By the way, how come you got like the tan heads, but the bodies are still very white? I'm trying to
because you were covered up for most of the summer, and you didn't wear sunscreen on your head.
I can either go super dark and get muscles, or I can go super white and have good credit. So one of the two is gonna happen. I like that right there. That's cool.
Looking good. Southern California, known for Disneyland, known for amusement parks as a whole. What's your favorite ride at Disneyland? Not necessarily the best ride at Disneyland. What's your favorite ride at Disneyland?
Favorite ride of all time has to be the original Star Tours. I know they have a new Star Tours now, and you can have like 8 different adventures, but the original one where it's like you weren't sure what was gonna happen, the screen pops up, the little robot's talking to you, and next thing you know, you're feeling the G-force, and you're like, how are they making that happen? Yeah. You know, later on you figure out what they do, but it's like at the time, I'm like, we're really flying. This was amazing. All right, so I think I finished my my Funko here. You guys let me know what you think. Got the goatee action, got the glasses on the head. I do wear shorts all the time, and I should have worn my military shorts, my camouflage shorts, and I guess that's the tank top I'd wear if I had the muscles for it.
And a little microphone.
And a little microphone. So yeah, this is my this is Beach Fluffy right here. He's ready to tell jokes at the beach.
I love it.
Beach Fluffy.
First car. I mean, obviously you collect Volkswagen, so you have an affinity for things on wheels. What was your first car?
I'll let you guess what my first car was.
I'm going to say something made by Volkswagen.
Yes, it was a 1968 Volkswagen Bus.
There you go.
It was 8 different shades of primer.
Okay.
And it was powered by 2 people that pushed it most of the time because very unreliable car. Yeah. But it was my first car, so I loved it. And now I can afford to have somebody work on it.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
That car was powered by prayer at one point. Yeah, it was just, mijo, suerte, vete.
So, I mean, a lot of our fans love Halloween. What was your favorite thing to dress up at? Or what was the best memory of something that you dressed up as at Halloween?
You know, during Halloween times, we were very limited. We had a budget. My mom wasn't big on Halloween. She's like, ¿Pa qué? You're going to use it one time, y ya. You know, she didn't see the value in it. She's like, I'll buy you a nice shirt if you're gonna wear it for a year. I'll buy you some shoes if you're gonna. She didn't see the value in having a really cool costume, and so most of my costumes were they had a rubber band on it. Yep. And you just kind of put it on. I remember dressing up as E.T. I was like the fattest E.T. you ever seen. I was like, I found all the Reese's Pieces. So I remember I was E.T. one year, and then a couple times my mom would just, you know, she'd get creative with her mascara and she'd paint lines and stuff on me. I'm like, what am I? You're scary, mijo. You're scary.
There you go.
I'm like, all right,
there you go.
I'm scary. Got the mascara.
You know, my childhood was a steady rotation of sugary breakfast cereals. And everything from Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries to Blueberry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula, Frosted Flakes. What was your favorite breakfast cereal?
You know, my mom was always trying, I was always a big kid. And so my mom was always trying to find different ways of making me eat better and be more healthy. So I remember my mom bought me grape nuts one time, and that's how I lost a tooth eating grape nuts. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, it's like eating gravel. It's you're eating rocks. Favorite has to be, it was the bootleg version of Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Which it was like this Mexican bear that had like, you know, I don't even know, it was like these little choco balls, and I mean, it was weird. The box was blue, the bear was, it was like a purple bear. I don't know, it was, we had bootleg stuff. It was good. It was good stuff. I remember going to friends' houses and them having real, like Fruity Pebbles. I'm like, oh my God, you got the real stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was like, it's puro, it's the real deal, you know, and now I got the blue box.
This is you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that's super serious, and you know, people on either side of the equation. And so this is a question that has to be asked: Twinkies or Ding Dongs?
You know, For me, I think that both have changed so much over the years. I remember Ding Dongs at one point used to be like about that big, and Twinkies were about that big, and then Ding Dongs were just massive, and they were wrapped in aluminum.
Yep.
You know, and now everything's just it's so much smaller and it's different. For me, I've always loved Ding Dongs more.
Okay.
Whether it's from the you stick them in the freezer.
Yeah.
You take them out and it's like, ooh, it's part ice cream, part goodness. So I'm gonna have to go Ding Dongs.
I love it. Good answer. Pop culture, the signature event is San Diego Comic-Con. You ever been to a Comic-Con, whether it's in San Diego or Chicago or New York? And if so, what's it like? What's it like to walk around? I mean, being a Star Wars fan, being a superhero fan, what's it like to go to a Comic-Con?
I had the chance to go to a Comic-Con in San Diego, and let me tell you something. I remember my childhood and how excited I was to go to a Disneyland or a Magic Mountain or get a toy at the store, and that feeling of like, oh, so excited. And to walk in and be overwhelmed with the amount of just things that get you in touch with your childhood. It's such an incredible feeling walking into Comic-Con. It's just, you can't look in any direction without having a certain emotion of just like, oh, this is so, you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Whether it was looking at, going to the Marvel section, the Funko section, Star Wars, everything was so much, just excess. It's like, it's one thing to be able to find that one cool little toy.
Yeah.
But when you find just an abundance of it, it is very much I'm not one to say religious, but it felt like a very religious experience. You're just like, you're breathing different. You're walking around and you're like, God, why don't I have more money?
Yeah. Childhood heroes or somebody that influenced you when you were young that you could look up to, or an inspiration, or someone that was a mentor, someone that affected you?
For me, it was my brother. Okay. My brother, I didn't grow up with a dad. My brother was the closest thing because he's older and he had facial hair. So I looked up to him. I didn't see him as an equal. He was always like, wow, whatever he says goes. So it was him and Optimus Prime.
Okay, there you go.
Optimus Prime was the leader of the Autobots.
Yeah,
and he, when he said, let's go, wrapped it up,
Yep.
everybody transformed and they rolled out. And my brother had that same power.
There you go. If you could choose any two colors in a jumbo 64 pack of Crayola crowns.
Any two colors. Wow. And I did have that. I remember that was actually one of my Christmas presents, was that 64 pack that had that little tiny sharpener in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I always loved forest green.
There you go.
I was big on forest green. Forest green and white. For some reason, that white, you could blend it with anything.
Yeah. What's it feel like to be popped? I mean, you're now running around with a couple fluffy Iglesias pops. I mean,
I've never been asked a question like that before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. And in a lot of ways you could take that. But what does it feel like that I know that somebody has come up to you with one of your pops, asked you to sign it. What's it feel like?
It's pretty cool because it is very you guys have a lot of pops, but it's still very exclusive, and not just any one or anything can become a pop.
Yeah, yeah.
And so to be, given that opportunity to become immortalized as one of these figures, and to have two, just in case anybody's wondering, I was very excited. The fact you guys didn't have a comedy division, you didn't have, you didn't have the Pops comedy, and I was the first comic to have one. So to have that 01 right there,
there you go.
That is huge.
That absolutely is big, because I think it's a genre that's doing very well.
And then of course, being able to have my dogs immortalized with me. Come here.
Well, look at this. What an actor.
What an actor.
Is, right?
On cue.
On cue.
On cue. This is Vinny. He's the one on the left.
That's right.
And then there's Risa. She's the one on the right. These are my Chihuahuas. Vinny is 10, and Risa. Come here, Risa. Risa is, she's the little one right here. She's all of 4 pounds. She's gonna be 17 years old.
Wow.
Hey, come on. Come on, we'll fix this in post. Come here, come on.
There you go.
Come here, come here. Yes, this is very accurate right here. The only thing missing is the hat.
There it is. So, look, these,
by the way, these are my rescue. They're rescues.
Oh, are they?
Yes, I rescued them from my previous relationship. So, trust me, they're happier now. So it feels great to have my own pop and have 2 pops now.
There you go.
And be having that comedy division, I guess, if that's the right word for it. It feels awesome. It feels great. It's nice to know that something's going to be left around when I'm long gone.
I love it, man. That's awesome. Hey, I grew up watching Warner Brothers cartoons. you got a chance to be involved with Space Jam, the new movie with LeBron James, and you got to play Speedy Gonzalez.
Yes, I am. They finally got a Mexican to play Speedy Gonzalez, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not sure if you knew that. I'm the first Mexican to play Speedy Gonzalez. Mel Blanc was the original.
Can you give us 15 seconds?
I
of
am
Speedy?
Speedy Gonzalez, the fastest mouse in all Mexico. Arriba!
Yeah, not stereotypical while he holds a chihuahua.
Hey, well, look, I can't thank you enough. I think it's awesome that you're leading the charge in our comedy genre for pop. And thanks for coming on and sharing a bit of what you love about pop culture and Funko and our fans. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't forget, I got the reggaeton pants right here.
There you go.
And the flip flops, but my feet are actually that white.
We'll see everybody. Thank you very much.
Wow! Did you like that? Because I sure did. Pop Talk 2 is amazing. I can't believe all these cool celebrity guests we're getting on the show. You know what? We're going to do another one. Let's do Pop Talk 3. I'm feeling crazy. Let's have some fun. Check it out.
FunKon Feature.
Hey, all you cool cats. Ready for a little fun? That's what I thought. Pop Talk, Scooby-Doo-Wah-Doo-Wah, Pop Talk. The fun never stops, you know. Pop Talk. If you're a nerd or a jock, run, don't just walk. Get ready to rock, you got Pop Talk.
Now from Funko Hollywood, it's time for Pop Talk.
Hey everybody, Brian Mariotti, CEO of Funko, and welcome to another episode of Pop Talk. Today's guest, actress and comedian Kate Flannery.
What's up?
Most of the world knows her as Meredith Palmer from The Office. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so hey, we're hoping to throw some fun, whimsical, odd questions that hopefully you don't get too often. While we're doing that, we're gonna let you build a pop any way you want. You can build it yourself, you can build a creation, but have at it while I ask you these hard-hitting, factual questions.
Fantastic. So I have to walk and chew gum at the same time.
Absolutely.
You're asking me to build and speak
Yes.
my truth at the same time. Okay.
All right, we're good.
Bring it on.
Hey, we're Funko. We got to start with the first question we throw everybody, the softball. What do you collect? Anything?
I collect vinyl.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have 2 turntables. I'm trying not to collect turntables, but I have one from 1949. And a lot of the vinyl I've had since I was younger. But yeah, I'm into jazz from the 50s and 60s and old Broadway.
Nice.
Particularly from the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Is it encroaching on your living environment? Is there too many records?
I'm pretty good. I mean, although I think I have too many Fred Astaire jazz collections. Is that possible? I just happen to, yeah.
One thing that's neat about vinyl, as I'm seeing, is the foray into different colored vinyl, and then I guess it's high definition stamped vinyl, which I guess sounds better than regular vinyl too, which is kind of cool. It's definitely having a moment right now.
It's true. I'm definitely not a snob, and I can tell the difference between a laser disc and a vinyl record.
There you go.
Some people can't. Yeah.
It's good. Okay, so Kate.
There she is.
You know what's interesting is we've made I'd say well over 100,000 pops. Do you know why your pop is so special?
Except for is it the pixelation?
Only pop with frontal nudity pixelated.
Wow.
I mean, there's Oscars, there's Emmys, there's Tonys. You've been on Broadway. Yeah, they're okay. They're just an award. But to be popped with frontal nudity, or at least partial frontal nudity, I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel extremely honored, and my parents are so relieved that The Office was not on HBO, because it would be pixelated. So we all get a break, right? We all get to imagine how good it is. And one thing I love about being it is an extreme honor, but it's amazing because I lose value if you take me out of my box.
There you go. I love it. I just think it's one of the neatest pops we've ever done. And I remember going through the approvals and going, I think they're going to let us do that? And they're like, they're going to let us do that? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So definitely the most interesting
awesome.
Office pop that we have, too.
I'm
so
super honored.
That's great.
And you got the barrettes in Meredith's hair, something people miss. I mean, and the correct sneakers for the Casual Friday ensemble.
There you go.
All perfect, perfection.
Beautiful, beautiful. When you leave this earth, this is what you're going to be remembered by.
You know what? It could be a lot worse. Seriously, this is fantastic. I'm winning, you guys. Seriously, I am really honored. It is amazing. And fans are super excited. I've signed a bunch of these, and I hope to sign more. And even if I'm, if you see me at the bus stop, I'll sign your pop. Come on,
love it.
Bring it
I
up.
love it. Did you watch any kind of cartoons when you grew up? What did you, pop culture-wise, what did you consume when you grew up?
The Flintstones were a big part. We had like the little film version of it where you could play. It broke in a month, but we had it. We never got it fixed. That was it. But I remember playing Flintstones. We would take the ladder from our bunk beds and pretend it was like a bus, because with the feet coming out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We loved the Looney Tunes, lived for Looney Tunes. Partridge Family, I was a big Partridge Family fan when I was 6. I got the Partridge Family lunchbox, that was a big deal. I still have it. My dad, it's the only gift I've enjoyed receiving twice. My dad actually wrapped it up and gave it to me like 20 years later because I thought it was lost, and he found it. And I was like, oh my God.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, it's kind of great. It's on top of my fridge.
It's funny, there's something about Flintstones where I can tell you and I's age group is within like a year.
Totally. It's, yes. And the first year of the Flintstones is so much funnier than the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it got very like, I don't know, it felt like they had to make everything even. Like suddenly, there's Pebbles, so the Rubbles have to have a kid too, and then they have to have a pet because Dino's there. I'm like, oh my, the whole, that's like everything had to be symmetrical or something all of a sudden.
That was my first childhood crush, Judy Jetson, when the
oh my God, the
Jetsons came in,
Jetsons, come on.
Absolutely.
Eep, op, ork, ah.
That means I love you.
See? Oh my God.
There it is. It's about as geeky as it gets.
I love it. I used to get up super early Saturday mornings. Like I didn't have an alarm. I would get up literally at 7. I wanted to watch Saturday morning cartoons every Saturday, and no one else was up, so I had free range of the TV. I'm one of 7 kids, so that was a big deal. I remember watching Space Ghost and like Rocky and Bullwinkle, and Pink Panther, losing my mind. Like it was all so good back then.
Perfect segue for this hard-hitting question.
Yes.
While you're partaking in this amazing Saturday morning cartoons, you probably did it with a nice big bowl of sugary cereal. Give me your go-to breakfast cereal as a child.
My main one was Captain Crunch, unless we got King Vitamin, which tasted exactly the same.
Yeah.
Or Freakies, which they tasted the same too.
Freakies.
Great little song,
good.
remember?
Those are really good choices, by the way. You told us you're a big vinyl record collector.
Yes.
Favorite song of all time?
Oh my God, it's so hard to pick one. Oh, oh my gosh, I have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Hi Ho from Snow White. Nice. I've heard some rockin' versions of it. I know that sounds nuts.
So follow up on that, because obviously that's a passion of yours.
Yes.
What was your first album that you ever bought with your own money?
My God, with my own money. I literally think it was Gypsy, like the Broadway cast of Gypsy with Ethel Merman. I loved Ethel Merman. She was on an episode of That Girl, which was a show that was starring Marlo Thomas, and they let her sing an entire song. They barely cut away, like stuff they would never do that now. I was mesmerized by her, and my sister bought me tickets to hear her sing. I think I was in 7th grade. I watched Ethel Merman sing with the Philadelphia Orchestra. It was nuts. But I was like, it was my favorite. I think that was like my first like live performance of someone famous.
Very cool. So our Super Bowl of pop culture is Comic-Con. You ever been to a Comic-Con?
I've been to many Comic-Cons.
Okay.
My first Comic-Con was at San Diego because I was working on a Cartoon Network show, so we got to do like a big panel and that was like, I'm so glad that was my first.
Yeah.
But it's not been my last. I've been to a bunch because there's a lot of Office fans that we're somehow in the mix now because it's a lot of pop culture.
Are you brave enough to walk the aisles as you? Or do you have to put a paper plate on with a couple of eyes cut out? And I mean, have you tried it?
Yes, I have. I'm pretty brave.
Yeah.
I mean, bring on the sweaty, costumed cosplay folks. I'm not afraid of you. You are my people. I understand you.
A lot of Ethel Merman outfits
right?
out there. You see a ton of people dressed up as Ethel.
But I also, there's so many things that are cool that I know that I also love.
Kate, if you were a superhero, who would it be?
I'm gonna say Batgirl. She was the one that made the first impression on me, and I guess she was just 14 because she was just a girl. She was amazing. She was a librarian by day, and she was Batgirl by night. She had a motorcycle, which was what was hotter than that?
Yeah.
I mean, the best outfit ever, purple, gray, lipstick, beautiful. Yeah,
good.
Loved it.
You've done a lot of traveling in
Yes.
your career. What's a place you haven't been to that you'd be dying to go to?
Well, my first choice is 1942, but I don't think that's on the menu. But yeah, I want to, Hawaii. I've never actually been to Hawaii, so I know it's crazy because we were just at the Polynesian Hotel in Disney World, and I was like, I love this, and my boyfriend's like, Hawaii's better. Like, this is great, but you're gonna love Hawaii even more. So he better be right.
Best childhood Christmas gift.
Wow. I was obsessed with the show Annie, and my Aunt Kate, whom I'm named after, bought me a book that was a memoir of the making of the Broadway show. I still have the book. And I've also gotten to know the original Annie, Andrew McArdle. She's now like a friend of mine, which is crazy to me. We did a benefit together like 10 years ago, and I kind of lost my mind. It was kind of nuts.
One of the, my favorite Pez, I'm a Pez collector, been a Pez collector my entire life. They had an Annie Pez, and very difficult to get.
Wow, yes,
very
that is
difficult to get.
that is super.
Came, went, sold out, and hard to get.
Wow.
Yeah, hard to get. So Kate, you got to start making your pop.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
Choices. While you're doing that, what was the one Halloween outfit you remember as a kid growing up that was like, oh, that one just stuck in my mind?
I was Groucho Marx, and it was the first girl-boy party. Way to go, Kate. Yeah, I had the mustache and the cigar and a bunch of jokes because I was ready. I was ready. I was truly ready.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I've tried to stay away from most typical questions.
Okay.
In terms of your profession, but I got to ask, because so many people are huge fans. Who's the funniest person from The Office?
Steve Carell's still he's the funniest. He's the funniest because you never knew what he was going to do. Mm-hmm. But he didn't tell jokes in between scenes, or in between takes even. Just when we were working together, his mind, we would do a different take, and all of a sudden he'd be doing something completely different than he did before, and equally as brilliant and as wonderful. And we got to do one scene together that was completely improvised in Moroccan Christmas when Michael Scott drags Meredith into rehab. Literally, that was so fun. Everything he did just surprised and delighted me.
That's good.
Yeah, and I didn't, sometimes I didn't talk a lot, but the hardest part of the job was just don't ruin the take by laughing. Just keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together.
It was funny. They just watched the Friends, what do you call it? Reunion. Friends reunion, right? And
that word's been bandied about.
It is,
around
and I know you guys
times,
you got to be coming up for the request for that. It's probably got to be pretty high. They showed one scene of David Schwimmer Ross bringing the couch up the stairs, and it's a funny scene, and I've always remembered it while I was in college. But what they did after that during the reunion show is they showed the banter after the scene, and it was funnier than the scene itself. So I just can't even imagine the amount of laughter and just cracking up just hysterically and trying to get back to actually doing the job.
It's so true. I mean, I give it up for all my friends who do drama, but come on.
Yeah.
Do comedy. It's way more fun.
Give me you grew up, wanted to be an actress. Anybody that just hooked you, inspired you, just like, I'm going to go down this path. This person's amazing. I want to go down this path.
Well, Carol Burnett, for sure. My aunt sent me a ticket after college to check out Second City because she lived in Chicago. And I found out, I put together everyone that was from Second City that went on to do great. Obviously Catherine O'Hara and, everybody from SNL, Gilda Radner. There were so many people that night, the first night I went, that I've known for years and, gotten to work together. I got to study there, got hired by them, got to tour with them. It's kind of like the first time you get a chance where people say, oh, you're on the right track. So it's kind of a great thing.
Yeah, it's a shame that the majority of our fan base probably doesn't remember how funny Carol Burnett is. Just one of the funniest human beings on the planet.
Yeah,
oh my God, just insane.
So iconic. And you didn't want to go out on a Saturday night because you wanted to make sure you were home to watch that. Yeah, it was kind of true. And by the way, Brian, every question you asked me, I feel like I could have answered with 3 answers. I feel like it's just brutal.
Well, so someone asked me what my favorite movie is. I'm like, okay, so there's a lot of ways to answer that question.
Yes.
I got is it because is it when I was at the movie and I saw it at the theater?
Right.
Is it the one I watched the most at home? Is it the one I actually think is the best?
Yes, I know. It's tough.
Different ways to answer those questions.
No, because it's true. Because I'm a huge Frank Capra fan. Like,
Yeah,
it happened one night is like, right, I could see that a zillion times and feel all the emotions that you're supposed to feel. And but it's actually a very funny movie too.
Okay, so what motivates you to keep going? I mean, obviously you have a great job, it's a fun job. What's the motivation to keep doing it?
You know, I like the idea of making people feel better. I mean, it's weird. It's a weird thing, but I feel like it's kind of our responsibility. If you're in the zeitgeist and you have the desire to keep doing this business, you need to. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been afforded a great life.
Yeah.
So whatever I can do to pay it back.
It's kind of cool that way. I mean, like Funko, right? I mean, we make products that absolutely nobody needs. I mean, not one thing that we make that anybody actually needs. But then we go to Comic-Cons and you see how important it is and how fun it is and what a sense of community is. It does kind of, it does warm you. It's like, I'm doing something, right? And I'm not curing cancer, I'm not doing something that's super important, but I am bringing happiness to people. And I think it's probably a lot to what you do.
True.
When you make people laugh, I mean, it is awesome.
And when someone says like that their family was going through a tough time and they say that, you know, the office is the only thing, I mean, I feel like I'm a small part of the office. I mean, I'm part of an ensemble and I love the idea. Like I never had the heavy lifting, but it does take a whole. And I feel like it's all of us that, you know, I mean, and people respond to different things. So no one is told on that show who you're supposed to pay attention to all the time, in a sense. Like other shows are kind of dictated by the camera, like where I always felt like the way The Office is shot, you could miss laughing at something, watch the episode again and go, oh my God, I totally missed that. And then see something new. So I don't know, I think there's the gift of like treating the audience like they're intelligent.
Yeah.
It's kind of a great thing.
It's awesome.
I'm not sure if this Funko Pop is going to treat
Kate,
the audience like they're intelligent, but we'll see.
Your creation for us.
Okay, this is Meredith if she was Batgirl, sort of.
And working out.
Right?
With a little Funko dumbbell.
Right?
That's just awesome.
She's just keeping up her cardio.
It's good. I had a feeling that the Batgirl inspired everything with the purple cape was going to come true.
Yeah,
awesome.
You're very psychic, right? Seriously,
know,
well, you are very psychic because you're picking up on the zeitgeist of what people really care about, including tiki bars.
Absolutely, tiki bars.
But you don't have to drink, you guys. You don't have to drink to enjoy a lovely Funko, really. But it helps.
They're having a moment. Kate Flannery, everybody, thank you
so much, Brian. You're so awesome. Thank you, guys. Seriously, thank you, Funko. Sorry,
nice. That was awesome.
Dude, you're so awesome. Thank you so much.
So great. That was so cool.
All right, well, that's it. 2 back-to-back Pop Talks. What more can you ask for? That's the end of Thursday. But get ready for tomorrow at 10, 2, and 5. We'll see you then. Good day.